Hi, I'm Susie Miller, the Better Relationship Coach, and I'm committed to helping you create better relationships in just 30 days or less. And on today's episode of Better Relationship TV, filmed live in the kitchen of my best friend, Julie Burge, with her daughter, Rachel Burge, in Nashville, Tennessee. I've been here all week. Thursday was my book launch of last week, and we've been just doing all kinds of book launch stuff and enjoying being here in Nashville. It's 1 week from the book launch day. I had a fabulous book. For those of you who bought it, thank you for your support. For those of you who haven't, you should. It's just a good one. It was a bestseller, which was pretty cool.
Yes.
So rather than listen to me talk about relationships, I've been chatting with Rachel, who is 21, lovely, in a very serious relationship with a really good guy. And we were chatting today, and I decided it would be better to have maybe a conversation and let you hear a little bit of her wisdom that she's learned as a 21-year-old in relationships. So I asked her to tell me a little about her and Nolan, and he may photobomb us, so just be careful. But Rachel, tell me a little bit about what you were sharing in terms of the kind of relationship you have with Nolan, what's good about it, what you might be willing to tell other 20 to 24-year-olds who are in the process of, you both are gainfully employed, you're very serious about where your life is going. What have you learned?
So specifically, we were talking about how particularly me and Nolan, or Nolan and I come from a background where I need extra emotional time and energy from him, and he comes from a background where he has extra time, emotional time and energy to give. So I found myself over the last year asking for more times, and then and I've seen that he has been able to give it almost every single time, and it works really, really well. And also, it's become very important to us that I know what he needs, because I want to feel like I'm also needed in the relationship. Even though I ask for a lot and he gives a lot, I want to be able to give it back to him, and so he tells me the things that he needs. Even though it doesn't have to look like a perfect 50-50 even balance.
Right.
And that's what I've realized is the most important, is as long as you both are meeting each other's needs, it doesn't matter how much or how often, because we don't keep track of that in a healthy relationship.
I think 50-50 relationships are keeping score, where a good relationship is 100-100, where you're both giving 100%. And a lot of times that means giving 100% when you're not sure if the person's going to give you 100% back. But I think then you're more comfortable knowing it's okay to ask for what you need in relationship with Nolan.
Most definitely. And it obviously takes some comfort to every other part of the relationship. Like, you get comfortable with certain things, and I learned to get comfortable with that part of the relationship, and it is blessed us both.
I love that you're willing as a woman to say in a relationship with a man, hey, I need something, and I might need more than you do in this, and it's okay to ask for that. It's okay to want that. And Rachel and I were talking earlier, I've known her for a number of years, and one of the things that I think is really neat and very apparent to her maturity is that at 21 years old, she knows her story, and she knows a good part of it. She knows what's good that she brings into the relationship. She knows what has gotten in her way and what might cause her to be more needy in a certain place or more sensitive. So for our viewers, I think the lesson here is to know who you are, know yourself, know what you need. And I love that you said be willing to ask for it, but also expect the person you're in a relationship with to ask for it as well.
Yes.
I wanted to ask her a follow-up question, which was, is that unique to the type of relationships that you see around you, or did you think that it was wrong or different to be more needy, or that you were expected to have a relationship be a certain way? Because I think a lot of us come into relationships with, it should look like this, and if mine doesn't, something's wrong.
Yes, getting out of the cookie cutter mindset. And in the earlier stages of us dating, that was something I was able to recognize and move past. But it was something that came into my mind, and I realized that just like any relationship, nothing's cookie cutter, nothing's the exact same. So different couples are going to look different. Different relationships, they're also going to have an underlying healthy foundation. That's where the balance comes in. But yeah, they're all going to look different.
When you made peace with that, was it easier for you then to lean into what you needed?
Yes, for sure. Good. Of course, because I became comfortable with that, and those conversations happened more quickly and more smoothly, and there weren't any prolonged amounts of time where I was like, should I ask? Should I not? Am I being too much? Am I being a burden? And
that's huge. Because I know a lot of us, especially as women, wonder, are we too much in a relationship? Are we too much of a burden? So the great tip is, there's a couple in there. One is know your story. The other is be willing to ask for what you need. and deal with the uncomfortable feelings of, is this okay? Because if you just bury them, they'll come out somewhere. We'd love to hear how you apply this to your relationship, and we'll look forward to talking to you next week on Better Relationship TV.